Yeah, so I wanted to say this too, man. 20 sack pyramid off that album, man. Yo, what was in y'all's mind? You know what I'm saying, when y'all was doing those skits? And did you do most of the skits when you was working with Dr. Dre? Because
Yeah,
it sounded like similar that you was always on, you know what I'm saying, like Still Talking and all them, you know what I mean, them type of even when they cut it off on Straight Out of Compton and shit. Like, how was it working doing that shit with, Warren G or Snoop
yeah,
and
we.
Snoop?
I came up with all the skit ideas because I considered myself a writer of not just music, but
Comedian.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, so is Snoop. Snoop is a natural comedian, you know what I mean? And so
Right.
we just played off, and really so was Dre. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Dre is funny as shit.
I can tell. This is the shit he says. You can tell, when you see him, any motherfucking, like, Dr. J is right up in there.
Matter of fact, on the documentary, I think Dre got the funniest lines in the whole shit.
Oh my God, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. And
Yeah,
speaking of the documentary,
we are gonna talk about the documentary.
right. But speaking of the documentary too, because I seen that you just had a festival too on your birthday.
Yeah.
And which happy birthday to you. Yeah. I done said it like a million times because I'm such a huge fan of yours. Just having DJ Quick, hell, even Keith Murray, one of our past guests, you know what I mean, on the show, rapping to, to Tonight and telling how much you influenced him on that, and having Exhibit and Slick Rick, which was a dream of yours. Like, how was it, having all these classic, super people producers? Because we talk about them all the time, like, especially DJ Quick, like, and Slick Rick. So how was it like just having that at that moment?
Well, the stories that the West Coast guys tell, I've heard all those stories. They tell me that out there. You know what I mean? Like, the younger guys, they have always, gave it up to me. They've always made me feel my worth, out there on the West Coast. That's why I love and appreciate them and work hard for them. But Slick Rick, that was a whole nother level of dope for me, to be on stage when the greatest greatest storyteller of all time is doing children's story. That was, you're right, that was the dream come true shit. And it was on my birthday. So that's what I'll always keep close to.
Can you tell us then about your documentary? I have a couple other questions that are not documentary related, but let's talk about your documentary. Can you tell us about it and how you came about getting into it?
It's a good film, bro. It's a Shakespearean tale. It's just set to rap music, and it's a really good story. It's done really well. And all the artists that are inside, all the icons, I should say, are really good. It's giving some really good information about some real positive things that as a community we can be better at, as a nation we could be better at here in America, and I guess in Canada as a world we could be better at, because we're at the stage in the game now. It's time to get better, It's time to get better with every motherfucking thing we doing, whether or not it's in the community that I grew up in, or the city, or the state, or the country, or the world. It's time for us to get better at this shit. And all the motherfuckers that aren't very good at leading, get the motherfuckers out of there. You know what I mean? Just fucking start over with this shit somehow. But it's really time to quit fucking around. That's for damn sure.
Right. I'm kind of glad that you said that too, because I be on Clubhouse most of the time and you just hear the shit that you hear. And I'd be like, people really actually, I don't know if it's trolling because it's a lot of people now trolling. Thank you, 50. But at the end of the day, I love 50, but thank you. Because now it'd be like, these kids are so lost. Even when they talk about music, it just be like, you want to teach them so much about people. Like, you wouldn't be amazed. Like, Eminem, I always got to fight for Eminem or Tech Nine. And it's crazy because we come from, I'm 35. I'm coming from the Midwest and hearing these kids talk about, well, I don't know these old ass niggas like KRS One and Coogee Rap and Run DMC. I'm just like, dude,
They're not educated.
these are the people that you got to know, you know what I'm saying, and pay homage, because the people that you like and you admire is the ones admired by them, you know what I mean? And we just got to coach them a little bit more into that. But it's so crazy because some of the old heads nowadays are acting like the young cats, you know what I mean? Which is just totally crazy.
Is there
Like,
anybody? Sorry, go ahead. I interrupted.
No.
Is there anybody? Wait, I was trying to get to the question. Is there anybody nowadays that you really look at as being awesome? Because I'm basically the same thing. I only listen to like 90s music because I can't get over the whole era. Yeah.
And I got another one too. Who you think can be the next DOC? Which you can't never be another DOC, but who you think, like, right now you have your eyes on to be like, okay, this kid's going far?
Well, if there was a 2.0 of me, I would hope I would be Kendrick.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because you can't really classify his cadence because he can do anyone. You know, he doesn't have a subject matter. He can do anyone. You know, that he could do any genre. You know what I mean? That was me. I didn't have a cadence. I did all kinds of them. I didn't have a subject matter. I did all kinds of them. I didn't have a genre. I did all kinds of them. And I think Kendrick is a lot like that.
And speaking of Kendrick, have you heard the new album?
I have.
And what's your favorite song right now?
I like all of them, bro.
Me too. Me too.
But subject matter is where I'm at right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
what makes you happy these days?
My sons, my daughter, being able to be in a position where I can do art again. That's for me. You know, there's a guy, his name is Fat Mike. He's in a group called NoFX.
Okay.
It's a punk band.
Oh yeah.
Guy. And he talked me into doing a song with him in a group called the Co-Defendants about a couple months ago. I think it's about to come out.
Oh, let me know too. Hey, I'm a huge supporter of music, period. So let me know about that.
Yeah, I think I got a punk record coming out. But I guess it's hard to define what it is. You know, it's just music, but they're punk rockers. They're the guys that be on stages over across in Europe with fucking seas of people, those kind of guys. And they was like, man, your voice is so cool. Would you just consider? And I was like, fuck it, you know, and they was loving it. So, hey, I said, go for it. Can we put it out, Doc? Yeah, bro, go for it. You know what I mean? It sounds good.
Were you at the Super Bowl? Obviously.
No, I was at the Super House.
Oh,
like I'm a people person. I love people, but I hate crowds.
Okay.
I don't like my space to be invaded. If you bump into me and it's disrespectful, it can get ugly. I'd rather get out the way.
Right. Especially at those stadiums, man. It can get hectic. Like, for real. Speaking of, you know, the documentary right now, I remember that picture of you. Well, it's you, your daughter Puma, Eminem, and Dr. Dre. And your face explains it all. Like, I didn't know that it was like the documentary, you know what I'm saying, that y'all was doing that on. Like, How just tell us about that, like your face, like what was going through your head on it when you took that?
Bro,
When you took that facial expression.
I was having such an awesome day that day. It's not every day a billionaire lets you come film your documentary in his house and then invites his 100 zillion record selling friend to come say a bunch of good shit about you. You know what I mean? Like, that was a fantastic day. And Puma just happened to be in LA that day.
Wow.
I invited her to come out and meet those guys.
Which was totally epic, man. And just now, you know, of last week when, you know, we saw a little snippet of, you know, Eminem rapping Mind Blowing, and he's just blowing his mind because he's trying to figure out what you were saying, that reaction.
Yeah, what's that mean?
M.
What's that mean to you hearing it from him?
Bro, no pun intended, the shit was mind blowing. What the fuck can I say? You know,
I mean, your head, I just seen your head. I was just like, I feel the DOC after that, because come with me, I got this for a reason. I got these for a reason. This is the first CD I ever bought. This is the first album, last fucking vinyl I ever bought. And I fucking collect these for a reason, because and crazy shit is Eminem collects fucking cassette tapes, which I never knew. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy, you know. But just knowing that and seeing your head bob, like I can see that it was a mind-blowing effect, and how much happiness you was a part of that, you know what I mean? That in that documentary, just that small piece, like knowing a person that big, you know, paying so much homage, because you know he's always been that way, but like that's just gotta be mind-blowing, man. Like that had to be a historic moment for you.
I knew when we was doing it, it was gonna be a golden moment of television. You gotta get that feeling, but in that moment, I knew that if motherfuckers didn't know me before that, Eminem just kind of cemented on some level that they're going to be talking about me forever. Just from that 2 minutes thing.
Yeah, that's for sure. I even showed my mom like that clip. Like I showed mom that clip, and she obviously didn't listen to the music, but
which I shared it.
But she knows the names, and now she knows your name as well.